I'm hearing somebody will give you the world without you asking. You will not have to ask. Maybe there was a person in the past you always had to tell them, listen, I want this, I'm happy with this, I'm not happy with this hurts me. Or maybe somebody promised you the world, but they didn't give you much. I feel like there will be a person, you will not even have to say a word to them. I'm literally hearing it. Somebody will give you the world. Somebody will give you the world without asking. It's something, what's coming is far much better than what's gone. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a up to the point your video. Actually, I kind of wanted to do first half of 2024 because we are going to have very distinct influences for first half of 2024 and second half of 2024. Partially based on different transits, especially Jupiter cycle. That's for you guys is specifically relevant since it is transiting in the first 5 months of 2024. It's transiting your 7th house of love and relationships. It is finally direct. We are starting 2024 with Jupiter being direct in your 7th house of love and relationships. So if things been in a strange place since Jupiter retrograde started, things are now going to start making more sense. And I'm going to give you some suggestions and some advice how to actually, since we're covering first half of 2024, how to actually make the most of it. Yeah. And for those of you who want to, of course, study 2024 deeply with me and prepare more deeply, link to our webinar, how to register for our webinar, is in the description box. So it's going to be on January 7th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be live via Zoom. It's going to be very, very detailed, very comprehensive, very specific, and it's going to, I'm gonna answer your questions, so you guys will be able to interact with me, ask questions. So yeah, and link to register is in the description box. There's various options to register for it. There is even a package for you and your 2024 full 2024 reading, which is like an hour and a half approximately, an hour to an hour and a half reading of your chart, where I look in 2024 for you specifically, how transits of 2024 affect you specifically, your solar and Venus return in the year as well, and secondary progression. So this is very comprehensive. I honestly don't know anyone who does it the way I do, plus tarot and oracle, of course. So anyway, guys, without any further ado, let's get started. We are looking specifically at the first half of 2024, and something I do want to tell you is that it is a rare alignment of you improving, especially your personal life. Now, we do know for Scorpios, personal life, you know, could be at times a little bit more challenging. So it is important to, when we do have a very positive, influence, it is important to make the most of it. So Jupiter in the 7th house in the first 5 months, depending, of course, if you're single, if you're married, and if you're married, if you're happy there versus like if you want to, release the marriage, it really depends. So if you're single, my advice for you guys for the year 2024, and we'll talk about the cards in a second, my advice for you for the year 2024, if you are single, date very strategically, because this is the year, especially if you felt like in 2023, for a lot of you, you might have felt like you wasted your time. Somebody might have wasted your time. You might feel this way. And it could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe for some of you, again, it obviously depends. It's not works the same way for everyone. For some of you in 2023, because you still had eclipses, in Scorpio, Taurus axis, some of you might have still been, shaking off some old patterns. So again, if you feel like 2023 didn't fully go the way you wanted it to go in terms of, your love life, 2024 is the year where you can, especially in the first 5 months, if you act strategically, you can turn your life around. Again, doesn't matter, we cannot turn back, at least yet, the past. Time travel is not available, at least yet, right? But at this moment, we can fully take control and quickly, turn around things in 2024. So my suggestion for singles for the beginning, first 5 months of 2024, first half of 2024, is really have a strategy. Do not waste even a day of this transit. And the big theme is also like, before you fall in love with someone, do make sure they match all your boxes. Because to fall in love, yes, you can. But then if, let's just say, there are some highly undesirable circumstances that you find out later, it puts you in the situation where you are just like not in the best position, right? So make sure, Scorpios do background checks sometimes on people, they date. I highly endorse that. If you need to do a background check, do a background check. But most importantly, do, try to date, like if it's especially naturally as a Scorpio, you have Pisces in your 5th house, where we had Neptune for how many years already? Since 2011? I always forget the day of Neptune ingress into Pisces, something like that. All right, it's like you might have felt in general, right, Scorpios with Pisces in the 5th house, you guys are not the most logical when it comes to dating. When it comes to marriage already, an established relationship with Taurus, yes, you are more practical. But when it comes to dating, the reason why sometimes you guys don't have the best results is because you do approach dating a little bit delusionally and not in a good way necessarily with Pisces. You might have rose-colored glasses when you fall in love when you date, and then again, it creates issues down the line. So Neptune, especially, I think past how many years, more than 10 years, been creating extra challenges for some Scorpios, especially in terms of dating, because again, you start dating someone, you over idealize them, next thing you find out this is not exactly what you thought it was. And Saturn, since it entered your 5th house last year, been trying kind of to teach you more so the hard way, how to be a little bit more pragmatic even when it comes to dating. Like, I myself also despise all these dating strategies, you know, to think more logically when dating, evaluating people. But I have to say, sometimes exactly what you don't like is what might be actually a solution. So maybe like if you always just kind of thought, oh, okay, let me just fall in love, you know, and whatever, find my soulmate. Instead of that strategy, maybe try to approach dating, especially in 2024, given Saturn is still in your 5th house, while Jupiter is also in your 7th. So they're not making exact aspect in 2024, but still they are in a good relationship with each other. They're in a sextile, very loose sextile. But it's like, try to think very strategically about people you are dating. And funny thing, somebody knocked on my door. Apparently there's something going on. I have repairs in my building. They're asking me if there is some kind of leak going on, which thanks God there it's not. But it's interesting because, you know, again, as I read, I usually take everything as an omen. And my feeling is that you might be approached by a lot of people, but some people could be false alarms, being just very honest. And again, this is where you will have to be very, very grounded in your self-worth and value, and also very smart. 2024, you guys, is the year when you have to be dating smart. And again, I'm talking to singles. I'm going to move to people in a relationship and married in a moment. It's just, again, if you're single and if you want to turn around your life very, very quickly in 2024, it is, you know, it is a commandment at this point to date smart. Date smart. Don't just, you know, I'm myself a person who falls in love very, very easily. And I know for a lot of Scorpios, it also goes like 0 to 100 because we're passionate. When we feel the connection, we feel it. When we don't, we don't. But again, with Saturn in the 5th house, try this time around. I'm not saying force chemistry or force the connection where there's no connection, but try to do something different. If you haven't done that before, try to really, you know, take some time to get to know a person. See if they show up the way that you want to. See if they can actually, you know, there could be a lot of people who love you, but can they actually give you the kind of life that you want? Can they actually make you happy? Because we can all love each other and suffer, and you know, there could be circumstances like that another person is not working through. So we don't want to waste our time in 2024, especially first 5 months, because this is where Jupiter is going to be in the sign of Taurus, and in May it's going to make this crazy conjunction. There's going to be Jupiter, Uranus, Sun, Venus in Taurus, plus White Moon Selena. So especially by May, you could really, you know, get this thing. You could even meet someone in 2024 and get engaged, you know, with them pretty fast. Again, take your time with dating. But then again, also, if you do meet the person who 100% you know is the right one, you have same values, you have maybe same spiritual background, it could happen very fast. So for singles who want to get married or who want to get into a serious relationship, 2024, date strategically, date smart. Like, please, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm really giving you this advice from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to be taking this advice myself, trust me. So what else do I want to say for singles? Yeah, because what happens in the second half of 2024, when Jupiter especially goes to Gemini, where it will be making some squares with Saturn, this is almost going to be like a test. Some people don't like Jupiter-Saturn square. That's happening in the second half of 2024. But actually, this is going to be, Saturn is always this checkpoint of a test. How well did you learn your lesson? And for those of you who I feel like did take the lessons of Saturn in terms of dating, love, creativity in the first half of 2024 well in the second half of 2024, even when it's going to test your commitment, or test, you know, if 7th house is a house of relationship, 8th house is actually all the things that come through deep relationship or marriage. It is, you know, the money of your partner, it is the support you receive from your partner, it is actually that, you know, SEH union, you know, I don't know if I can say this word in the YouTube anymore. And it is even conception for those of you who want to conceive children in 2024. So you guys, again, play your cards right in the first half of 2024, so that in the second half of 2024, that relationship will start bearing fruit, whether it is, you know, actually your partner stepping in, starting to support you in some way, whether you start family, whether you start some, like whether your financial status even elevates through your partner in some way. It is very important. So we, you know, for those of you who want serious relationship, date to marry. Don't date to waste your time. Don't date to just, you know, our goal in 2024, because likely I'm going to also be wrapping up. I will not be doing tarot anymore in 2024 finally. My goal for 2024 is so that you guys, you know, are all in happy relationships, so that I don't have to read tarot. So our goal is to date to marry in 2024, so that we won't need to watch or even do tarot readings anymore. This is an intention for 2024. Now, for those of you guys who are married or who are in a relationship, here everything depends on where your relationship is. Is this a relationship that you want to work on? Again, it's like I cannot say will it work, will it not? It's only your decision, right? If you are in a relationship where you want to work on things, you know, Jupiter can bring you the healing. However, what I do want to mention is that in April, Jupiter and Uranus will form an explosive conjunction in Taurus. So if this relationship is not liberating you, if this relationship has outserved you, there could be very much some kind of blow up, especially if you guys have planets around 21 degrees Scorpio or Taurus, even Leo and Aquarius, because this is where this conjunction forms. And it's like, you know, I'm not saying it's not going to work if you're working on something, but it's one of those things. Uranus can bring you all kind of unexpected things. So it could go either way. For those of you who are definitely in a relationship that, you know, it's been long overdue to wrap it up and you know it, this could actually give you a successful divorce. So if you're getting divorced in 2024, you could actually have some kind of financially beneficial divorce. So you might actually receive, you know, a very good settlement as a part of the divorce, or something like, even if you're not receiving any money, which, by the way, for those divorcing in 2024, very likely there's opportunity to receive money. Even if you're not receiving any money, it just could be such a big liberation of your life that you're going to be so happy that, like, it's like none of one of those situations where you're crying because you're divorced, but you are happy. Oh my God! You know how there was this? They're showing me an image. You know, Nicole Kidman when she divorced Tom Cruise, and she was so happy out of the courthouse. So yeah. So anyway, now let's go into the cards that we have at the beginning of 2024. For a lot of you with the Hermit card, I do feel like you're coming out of some kind of shell and you're really starting to shine your light. You're shining your light, and also there is very powerful, with Embrace Enlightenment, Golden Star Angel, there is this very powerful energy that you are offering to the world, and I feel like you have a lot of beauty, a lot of wisdom, a lot of light to offer. 2024 is going to be the year where you are going to fully claim it. Also, 2024 collectively is the year number 8. For you, it could be different personal number, but I feel like everything you start in 2024 could be especially financially lucrative, financially beneficial for a lot of you guys. So think what you want to start. And especially with Break Free or Regain Your Youth and Fly, some of you will start feeling this energy where you feel so young again. You feel so full of energy again. And again, for some of you, it could be because you separate yourself from some emotionally draining relationship or marriage, it could be, and you feel like, oh my God, I finally can do whatever it is I want to do. Not like you couldn't do it before, but I just feel like there is this sense of complete renewal. And with divine intervention, shifts happen, stabilize your energy fields. I am seeing that you are indeed going through very, very big shifts energetically, and I feel like the world itself is going to be going through very big shifts. Uranus-Jupiter conjunction is no joke. I'm going to be making a separate video on another channel probably about collective. I do think there will be a lot of stuff that blows our mind, quite frankly. I do really think the way things are going in the world, we will have a visitation from our, how to say, distant cousins in the universe. You apply this as it resonates. And yeah, I feel like there is going to be divine intervention of some sort in your life. So I feel like right now when you're watching this, take some time to spend with the nature. In general, in 2024, the more time in nature you spend, the better it is. I also feel like for a lot of you, you might be acquiring a pet, a dog maybe. For some of you who have dogs that passed away, passed away, whatever way you say this. I do feel like they might be also watching over you, and with the keep the vigil, justice will triumph. Don't try to prove anything to anyone. Don't try to, I feel like for some of you, you might have fallen to the level of whoever you've been fighting with. No, let them be at their level. You keep yourself high. Don't even mess with that old energy. With sacred journey, pilgrimage, there will be opportunities to travel, I feel like. And I'm seeing some of you going to Scotland, I want to say, or Ireland, England, where Marilyn awaits. Marilyn is one of those, right? The English, not deities, but who was he? He was a wizard, right? So, and you know how in Harry Potter they always say Marilyn spirit, something like that. So I do feel like wisdom, information coming through for the year 2024. So yeah, now let's take a look. What does your love life look like in 2024? We're going to do first row you, second row. Again, it doesn't have to be a specific person. It could be just specific energies you're dealing in 2024. Now again, remember what I said in the beginning of the video. 2024 year is the year to not fly with fairies. 2024 is the year to think strategically, because again, if you think strategically, you will get, I feel like, in my opinion, much better results. Because yeah, look at this, we have Lovers and Queen of Swords. So have your boundaries, and I feel like your soulmate will meet you at your level. Let me see, first row is you, second row your person. Not yet. Well, a lot of cards want to come out. Okay, we have here King of Pentacles, your first card. You could be also meeting, King of Cups, interesting. A lot of people are going to be very interested in you. You're very attractive. You're going to have to choose and assess what actually works for you. Four of Pentacles sitting pretty here. We also have here the Emperor. Look at this. You're highly desirable in 2024. We have Page of Pentacles, one more. And we have here the Chariot. Let me put the cards in order. Second row. Oh, okay, so we have here Five of Cups first card. There are some people who are going to regret so much they missed the opportunity with you. Very, very much. There will be also a lot of people who will try to attract you back into their life. Let me see. Queen of Cups. Ace of Wands. And Tower. Yeah, let me see, bottom of the deck, the Magician. This is the time for you to look into the future, embrace your opportunities, let go of past hurts and past pains, and really just focus on the future. I just really feel like you're at this point where you don't have any tears left, or any sorrow left. You've given, you've wasted as much time, I feel like, on something as you could. You've suffered for the lack of better word, much more than you should have. And I feel like you're in this energy with the High Priestess, not High Priestess, Magician, the Three of Wands. I'm manifesting my dream life, like whatever it is. I don't have no more time to cry. I have to be proactive in my love life. I cannot afford to be sad anymore. I just have to take my life into my reins. That's what I'm seeing here. Now, what's interesting is that you are highly desirable in 2024. So for those of you who got back on a dating market, or if you're just, you just make your, I feel like your energy might have been more closed off to dating, or to just opposite sex or same sex, whichever you are into. But I feel like now in 2024, there is this energy where you are coming out of the shadow. You're like, okay, I'm available. King of Pentacles, King of Cups, you have people who are very interested in you. I do feel like they're not bad options at all. So I would say, instead of necessarily seeing whether you like a person that much, like whether they are like whether you have those butterflies in the stomach, see what they are offering, see who they are, see if they're a good match, see what also they are willing to do for you, quite literally. So I think our first love experience is so important. And try to see what your first love experience was like. I'm not saying that it's going to define your entire life, but whether it was more positive or negative, there is something to extract from it. Like, for example, my very first love was a guy who, at 18, 19 years of old, got a job while being a full-time student to just, take me out on dates in a restaurant, take me, make sure that I always go home, or whenever we go on dates, that he always takes a cab. And this is a kid, who was from poor family, but to meet me at my level, because I was kind of, I don't know, I don't know how to define my background, because it was very weird. It was good and bad all at once. But, it's an 18, 19-year-old kid, in love, would get a job to just buy me presents for every month, every year, our anniversary, to take me to nice cafes, to pick me up always in a taxi. He himself would sometimes ride public transport, but again, I did not force him to do any of that. He did this for me because he was in love with me. He wanted to do good for me. So that's kind of a standard right there. Like if a 19-year-old can do that, I'm sure whatever age group can meet at that level. I'm not saying same circumstance, but you know what I mean. So see what people are offering to you, see how far they are going. And again, it's not to say that demand something or whatever, but just see, like really assess, because a lot of people can promise things, but when it comes to actions, where is anything, right? So you wanna sit pretty here with the 9 of Pentacles, so the 4 of Pentacles, and assess your options genuinely, like, hire the best candidate only. And with the Emperor card, I do feel like there will be someone who will be on that level of an emperor, and you will make a choice. I think in 2024 with Page of Pentacles, there's going to be a lot of new beginnings. There's going to be a new job for some of you, a new career path, and you will take from those opportunities, from those applicants, let's call it this way, you're going to take someone who you feel like, yeah, okay, this person is, I'm not saying they're going to be perfect, but you feel like, yeah, this is someone I can build a life with, this is someone I can be happy with. This is someone also who puts effort that I require to be with me. And then when we look at the energy that you're connecting with, so I do feel like there is also people from your past, they don't want to let you go yet either in 2024. Now you can just say, that's it, boundary. I no longer entertain this energy, but I do feel like there is going to be people in 2024, especially for those of you who are going through divorce, separation, or break, like you guys willingly doing some kind of breakup, or some people from the past. 5 of Cups to Death, they cannot, they find it very hard to move on from you, Scorpio. Because with the High Priestess, they feel still bewitched by you. They still feel your energy. They're hoping for another chance. And with the Sun card to Queen of Cups, for very few of you, you might give this person a chance depending on how they show up, what they are willing to do as well. Because again, you're assessing people based not just on their words, but on their action. And with the Tower card, I do feel like you're going to turn, like you're going to basically create, I don't want to say chaos in so many people's lives, but you are really, you are someone who, your presence in somebody's life can turn their life, around in all kind of directions. Then once 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 6 of Cups. See, when it comes to past energy though, for most of you, you're not going to decide to deal with the baggage. Even though a person wants to come back, even though a person wants to break out of this obstacle, there's people who really want to fight for you because they see like, this is my happiness, Scorpio, you're my happiness. But again, I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, you just have way too many options in 2023. And especially, again, you have to think smart about this, because this is with the Lovers, so the Ace of Pentacles. If you play your cards correctly in the beginning of 2024, you're just going to be on a whole other level, on a whole other timeline. And for some of you, you thought you were close to making it happen in 2023, but things happened, maybe completely undesirable circumstances came out of nowhere and you just didn't know how to deal with it. but this is it. This is the past. You are not going to have to deal, like knowing what you know now, learning the kind of lessons you've learned now, you're not going to deal with it again. And we have here Queen of Wands to the King of Wands to the Devil. Make sure also the connections you're embracing are not just physical, because there will be definitely opportunities for that too. But I'm seeing that there is also people who are very hung up on you, and they are willing to go the distance to to turn around a situation that was negative. Is this the right way for you? I have no idea. It's your decision. Temperance, Three of Pentacles, the Fool. I feel like for you, this is the time to start fresh. And also the more you embrace the new beginnings in your life, the more you glow, the more you're just enjoying your life. You are, when you're like really enjoying your life, you're just, I want to use this word for some reason, orgasmic. I don't know why I want to use this, but like you're just like, you're waking up and you're enjoying that coffee, and you love the way your body feels. You like your life. You're just like in that really good place. Wow, people are just gonna be head over heels falling in love with you. Again, there is I feel like there were people in your past who were immature and they were indecisive, but you are, look at this, with the World card, you are ending that cycle. I want to say you are ending the cycle, baby. I don't know why I want to say it that way. Three of Cups, the Moon, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. For some of you, you embracing also more fun side of things is what, you might get some person who is very popular, I feel like. They're very... there's something about them that just attracts others. And I just get that whatever it is the person you're attracting 24 is exactly the kind of person you always wanted. Like they have a lot of characteristics from the ideal person list. For all of you, it could be different things. Not all of you necessarily want a person who is like Mr. Limelight or something. Most of you maybe don't. But the ideal version of like the ideal person for you is something you can attract in 2024. Anyway, we'll take this into the extended, where we'll go even further, and also in the extended we will add money and finances, we'll add just your overall prosperity or general energy, anything you need to pay attention to in 2024. So link to the extended is going to be down below. Happy New Year, guys. I'm so happy 2023 is over. You have no clue. Even though it was like, I low-key joke, it was like, I didn't like it as much, but actually there was a lot of good in 2023 too. But Happy New Year. Let's leave the past behind. And link to the extended is going to be down below. Definitely going to be, I think it's going to be a much, much better year, 2024. So link to the extended is going to be down below. Love you all, guys. If you're still watching this before January 7, register for the webinar where I'm going to give you some very, very specific strategies and it's going to be a very in-depth conversation about 2024. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.